So next up, question number 3 under net present value. We have a question that has two machines, machine X and machine Y, but the cash flows are given at the before depreciation as well as tax. Okay, the earnings provided for X and Y machine are before depreciation and before taxation. That's why I need to find out the first working note to calculate those cash flows, that is after tax but before depreciation. Got it? So all these working notes must be done before we move on to payback period, net present value, because the question is asking us find out the payback period for both machines and the net present value of both the machines where the investment is rupees 1 lakh. Is that clear? So let's begin with the working note number 1. So earnings before depreciation and tax, EBDT, before depreciation and tax are 25,000, 30, 35, 25 and 20,000 each. The question says find out the depreciation on straight line basis method. So what is the formula for depreciation? Cost minus scrap divided by life. The cost of the asset is given 1 lakh rupees minus scrap value is not given, so 0, divided by life of the asset given here is 5 years. 5 years there is a return, that means the life is 5 years, divided by 5, we arrive at 20,000 rupees. So the depreciation for all the life of the asset is 20,000 each. So then I deduct depreciation, what we have just found out, 20,000 for all the years, and then we calculate earnings before tax, which is 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 5,000 and nil. 20 minus 20 is nil. Next, the tax is given at 50% rate of interest. So half of that, 2,500, 5,000, 7,500, 2,500 and nil. So carrying forward the rest 50%, 2,500, 5,000, 7,500, 2,500 and 0. Is that clear? So again we are going to add back depreciation. So remember, for net present value, what is the type of cash flows we require is cash flows that is after tax and before depreciation. So we're going to complete the entire, deduct depreciation, deduct the tax and then add back the depreciation. Therefore again the same value, depreciation is 20,000, I will be adding it back, not deduct, adding it back. So 20,000 will remain common for all the years, for the 1 to 5th year, 1st to 5th. So once I add back, I get the answer 22,500, 20,000, 27,500, again 22,500 and 20,000. So these are the values to be considered for machine X in order to find out your payback period and your net present value, not on the cash flows that they have given, but on the cash flows that we have found out. Those are earnings or cash flows that is after tax and before depreciation. Is that clear? So this is the working note. Now let's move on to the solving of payback and net present value. After the working note, we have to calculate the payback period and the net present value, for which we need to prepare a table. Either you can prepare two separate tables, one for payback and one for net present value, or if you're comfortable enough, you can do it in one shot, one table. Now here we have, first column is years, second is the earnings that we just calculated in the working note. The last row, all those values I've written here, and then comes your cumulative cash flows. Why do I need that? For payback period. Okay, cumulative cash flows. And the next column is the discount factor at the rate 10% given in the question. All those values. Hope you have understood how to find out these values by now. And the last column is present value. These two columns belong to NPV. These two columns belong to payback period. Got it? Now here, first thing is payback period. Find out the payback period. Now this is my payback period calculation. Cumulative cash flow. What is my original investment? Rupees 1 lakh. I need to check where is my original investment recovering, right? Almost here. original investment is being recovered in the last year, that is crossed rupees 1 lakh. So my year of recovery is 5th. Year of recovery is 5th year. That's where it has crossed rupees 1 lakh. So what is my formula? Year before full recovery, amount yet to recover divided by next year cash flow. So year before full recovery, the year of recovery is 5th year. The year before 5th year is 4th year. So 4 plus amount yet to recover. What is my original investment? Rupees 1 lakh. How much have I recovered in the previous year? That means in the 4th year, how much have I recovered? 97,500. So I'm going to write that divided by next year cash flow. So we are talking about the 4th year. What is the next year? 5th year. What is the amount of cash flow here? 20,000. So divided by 20,000. So my payback period is 4.125 years. Got it? So that's about the first part, payback period. Moving on to the net present value, same year and the cash flows I need to consider, that is discount factor at 10% rate and PV. Now if you want better thing, again you can write number the columns over here. So 5th column equals to your 2nd column multiplied by 4th column. Right? If you're getting confused how to find out my present value, you can do earnings, that is the cash flows multiplied by the discount factor. That's why I've written here 2nd column multiplied by your 4th column. You will arrive at the present values over here. So we need total present value to find out NPV. So I'm going to the present values, arrive at total present value 89,544. My formula NPV is total present value minus original investment. What is my total present value? 89,554, what we found out, minus OI, that is 1 lakh rupees. You will get the answer negative 10,456. So my investment is rupees 1 lakh, but the return I'm earning on that is rupees 89,000, right? So it is lesser than my investment. So automatically it's going to be a negative value. That means to say from this project the investment is only going to result in loss. That is machine X. So let's move on to machine Y next. Let's find out the payback period and the net present value of machine Y. So here is given the cash flows as we have found out in the working note for machine Y, the cumulative cash flows, discount factor at 10% rate of interest and the present value. So first we need to find out the payback period. Now cumulative cash flows, we need to check. Our investment for machine Y is 75,000. That's the original investment. We need to check where does 75,000 come. So it's in the last year. In the 5th year is when we can recover our original investment. So the 5th year becomes the year of recovery. The 5th year is the year of recovery. So the formula year before full recovery. Before year is 4. So 4th year, amount yet to recover. What is my original investment? 75,000. How much have I recovered in the 4th year? 70,000. So 75 minus 70, that is 5,000 divided by the next year cash flows. We are talking about the 4th year. The next year is 5. That cash flow year, that year is 15,500. So that I'm going to write down as the denominator. Once we add up with this, we arrive at 4.323 years. So just to recover the original investment of rupees 75, the machine is going to take 4.323 years. Next up is our net present value. Discount factors are given and the present value. You can again number it for a better understanding. So your 5th column, how do I find out my present value equals to 2nd column multiplied by the 4th column. Cash flows multiplied by the discount factor, that is 16,500 multiplied by 0.909. We arrive at 14,999. 17,500 multiplied by 8.26 and so on. I get the total present value of 64,927. So my net present value formula is total present value that we have totaled up for all the 5 years minus my original investment given in the question, 75,000. Once I deduct that, I get the value 10,073. Of course, we can see that it is a loss. Investment is 75,000, but how much am I getting a return on my investment? Only 64,927. That clearly shows that there is not much profit, but there is a loss that we are incurring in machine Y. So if we can compare the values of payback and the net present value of both machine X and Y, we see that both the projects are being rejected because both the projects NPV values are negative. So you can write a conclusion, neither machine X or neither nor machine Y is being accepted because their NPVs are below 0. So this completes your question number 3.